Now, if you're going to be maybe sharing this file with other people, you want people to maybe open it up and take a look at and stuff like that, but you want to make sure that they are either limited to what they can do or completely excluded from being able to make any changes other than just look at it and print it out maybe, all right? So what we can do is we can set a number of different protective measures on the document. So let's start out first of all, we're going to go over into the File tab here, all right? And you're going to see right in the info area here, something here called Protect Documents. So you click onto that, and the first one here, or the first one we're going to do here is the Restrict Editing. So you click onto that, little panel opens up on the side there, all right? Now, the most common way to use this would be to go over here where it says Edit Restrictions, and it says Allow only this type of editing. So if you click onto that, and now it's set for No Changes, Read Only, that means they can't do anything to this document, all right? Otherwise, you can choose some different things here. So one thing would be, you click on the little drop down, you can say they can fill in forms, they can make content or comments, I'm sorry, or they can do what they call track changes. We got videos coming up talking about changes, you know, tracking or changes and stuff like that. But for the most part, usually what happens is they'll say, I don't want any changes made at all right? So it's going to come up as like a read only, all right? And then once you've done that, then what you can do is you can go to here where it says, yes, I want to start enforcement, and then you can say, start enforcing the protection. So you click onto that, and it asks you for a password. So I'll just type in letter A, and then go down here, hit the letter A again, okay? You don't want to be that simple with it, but I'm just making it easy here. Hit OK, and that's it. Now, if I go in here now, even me, you know, I did this to myself here, right? Go in here and I try to type anything in, nothing happens. I can't make any changes. It's locked. So the most people can do, they can come in here, they can open it up, look at it. They can go to File. It's a protected document. Go here to Print, and I can print it out, whatever. But it's one where I can't, and anybody can't make any changes to that, and that's it. So this might be like a shared document because maybe you put it out on the cloud and you shared it with a bunch of people. The most they can do is open it up and look at it. That's it. All right. No changes can be made. Now, later on, you decide, okay, I want to get rid of that protection. Well, then you'd open it up yourself, or anybody can do this. Click on the Stop Protection, right? And then, let me just show you this will work here. Because later on, you're not going to have that panel. So you have to go back into the file, go to Info. Here's your thing here, Restrict Editing. So there it is. That comes up. And now we want to stop protection, right? So I click onto that. I type in my super complicated password, A. Hit OK. There we go. And that's it. So now it's back to, you know, anybody can make any changes to it. So pretty cool. Now another thing kind of similar to what we just did here is what we call encrypting the file. And that would be where we would make it so where somebody would have to type in a password in order to be able to open up the file. So you might have this file maybe on a network drive that a number of people have access to, and you want to make sure that that out of all the people that have access to it, the ones that you want to have access to it, they'll know what the password is and be able to open that up, and the others won't be able to. All right. Now to do that, it's in a similar area here. We go back into File. All right. We go back into Protect Document, and here we've got Encrypt with Password. So we click onto that, and we give it a password. So I'm going to type in letter A again. All right. So the letter A, hit OK, hit the letter A again, hit OK, and there it is. It's been password protected. Now, what happens is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this thing up. So I'm going to click on a File, click on a Close, and it says, do you want to save your document, right? And we would have to save it, so we'll say save it. All right. I'll just leave it as that name. It's being saved on my local drive, so it really doesn't matter where you save it to, but the point is that you give it a name and all that. hit save, and that's it. So now, let's say a few weeks pass and you want to open up that file, or maybe other people want to open up that file, right? So they'll click on the file and hit open, right, which we're already at. Now, because I had saved it, it's going to be, you know, in here, all right? There it is, all right? Now, the people when I put it out there on the network, people are going to know where the file is at, because I'm going to tell them where it was at, and they're going to have to then go ahead and navigate, you know, so they might hit browse and kind of look for it on drive F or whatever it happens to be, you know, and that's it. We can also put out on the web, you know, on the cloud, and again, they would go out there. If I had shared it with them, they're going to have to do it. But again, you know, if I'm only sharing it with people, then I don't have to worry about a password, because the only people who are going to be opening it up are the ones that I'm sharing it with, right? And they're the ones I want to open it. So this is really more for the situation where it's maybe on a network drive that a lot of people have access to, but you want to keep it down to just a few. All right, anyway, so they go ahead and open it up. I'll just do it this way. And of course, then you're going to get this coming up there. We'll type a letter. Here, I'll type a letter S. And it says, nope, wrong one. Try again. All right. And it makes it kind of inconvenient, because now I got to go back in and do another file, open, go back to the file again. This comes up. Now I got to type in the letter A, hit OK, and there we go. Opens it up. Now, if I want to get rid of the password, I'm just going to go back into File, right? Protect document, encrypt with password, right? And I'm going to get rid of the password. I'm just going to delete that, right? Hit OK, and that's it. So no longer does it have a password. Go back out here. That's it. And I also want to save it at that point, all right? So now anybody who goes to open it up now, they'll be able to open it up. Okay, now lastly, I want to talk about PDFs, making into a portable document file is what that stands for, an Adobe Acrobat type file. And what's really interesting is that you don't have to have Adobe Acrobat in order to save it as a PDF, the file as a PDF, or the document as a PDF, I should say, because Microsoft has special technology built in that will actually allow us to save it as a PDF without having to have the PDF program, you know, the Adobe program. So how do you go about doing that? Well, again, we can just go back into File, like that, and you can see right here, you got a choice called Save as Adobe PDF. You click onto there, it brings you here. So it's basically kind of like a Save As screen, and what has already been done, it's already saving it as a PDF file type, right? So if I hit the little drop down, you can see that, right? And then you just give it a name, whatever you want to call it, and then you figure out where you want to put it. Now I'm going to put it on my desktop so that I can show you the icon when it saves it. So I'll go ahead and do that. So it's on my desktop. There's the file name. It's going to be a PDF. I hit save, and there it goes. And you'll see a little hourglass up there. There it goes. See, so now I have Adobe on my system, so it actually opens up as a it opens up in the Adobe Acrobat program. If you didn't have the program, you most likely have the reader, and the file would open up in your Adobe Acrobat reader. Okay, but there it is. So that's pretty cool. And I'll just show you on the desktop here. So there it is. There's the file. So pretty cool stuff there. But still, you know, we've saved it as that. And the other thing too, just keep in mind as well, if you have PDF files, you know, that used to be Word documents, but you made them into PDFs, you can actually open a PDF from Microsoft Word. Right? Open it up. It basically it actually changes it from Adobe format into Word format, and you can edit it just like you see here, right? So to show you that, let me just go back, and I'm going to do a file close. I'm going to close up this document here. All right, so now nothing's there. I'm going to go ahead and do a file open. I'm going to browse to my desktop. All right. And there's the file right there. And then, now that's a PDF, right? I'll double click it. And it says it's going to convert it. I say OK. There we go. So you still have the file on the desktop. We still have that in PDF format, but now here it is in Word format. So what's great about this, I can go in here and I can make changes to this and then save it as a PDF, right? And either overwrite the one that's on the desktop or give it a different name. But that's a great tool, because I'll tell you, it's very difficult, even when you've got the Adobe Acrobat program, to edit your PDF files. I mean, you can do it, but it's very, what's the word? I guess it's very limited. I'll just say that. It's much better to be able to do something like this, make your changes, and then just save it as a PDF again, right? So good stuff there. So hopefully this comes in handy for what you're doing. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.